Something followed my brother around a remote Montana lake. And whenever he stopped, it stopped too. The strange part is that I'd already been there myself. The lake is called Elk Lake, near Trout Creek, Montana. It's about 18 miles into the middle of nowhere. There's an old mine and a lake. That's basically it. Years earlier, I went there with two friends. We took an old log raft onto the lake. Near one corner, we found 3 Ziploc bags. One contained an unused disposable camera. Another contained cigarettes and a lighter. The last contained car keys and a bandana. We honestly expected to find a body, but there wasn't one. There wasn't even a car nearby. Years later, I returned and found something else. It was a strange staircase made mostly from plywood. My brother told me hunters sometimes built them for deer hunting. I eventually read stories about strange staircases around that area. I assumed they were fake. I'd even climbed the staircase myself. Nothing happened. I never felt anything unusual. Then my brother went back there with his friends. He texted me about what happened. They kept hearing branches breaking around the lake, but they couldn't find anything. Then something started following his friend Johnny. Whenever Johnny stopped, the sound stopped too. They also heard what sounded like four-wheelers, but nobody ever came up the trail. Then my brother heard someone talking. Johnny and Zach heard it too. Nobody else was around. Then they noticed a constant humming. It would suddenly become louder. Then it would slowly become quieter again. They couldn't figure out where it was coming from. My brother said it sounded like a power plant, but there wasn't one anywhere nearby. He compared it to the sound of a dam, except they were 18 miles into nowhere. There was only the lake and the old mine. I kept thinking about everything I found there years earlier. The abandoned bags, the car keys, the staircase. At the time, none of it seemed connected. Now I'm not so sure. Maybe there's a perfectly normal explanation. Maybe the mine was causing the sounds. Maybe animals were moving through the woods. Maybe someone really was nearby. But my brother and his friends couldn't find anyone. And whatever followed Johnny kept stopping whenever he stopped. So what exactly was following them?